Welcome in to DCTF Live. We are here in the beautiful DCTF Live headquarters. We don't have a show today. It's Wednesday, April 13th, 2016. No show today, but we do have a very special guest here to a little bit of content for you. We were joined by one of the most outstanding running backs in the state of Texas last year, now heading into the NFL draft, the pride of the LD Bell Blue Raiders and the pride of the Houston Cougars. It is Kenneth Farrow. Kenneth, how are you, man?
I'm pretty good. How y'all doing?
Doing excellent. You obviously had a tremendous career down there at Houston. Now you enter the NFL draft process. For you, what's the NFL draft process been like?
It's been super fun. Especially having the opportunity to do something you wanted to do since a little kid. I don't think it gets much better than that. So I've been taking everything in and really just enjoying the whole process.
For you, being a guy who was there on campus for 5 seasons, a guy who was really the heart and soul of this team, this Houston team for so long, what was that moment like, that victory over Florida State in the Peach Bowl like for you?
It couldn't have been any better. Like you said, being there for 5 years and coming in as a redshirt and with guys like Case there and Patrick Edwards and those big time guys we had, me being able to watch them as a redshirt freshman and see everything they accomplished, from from the side, to be able to go, a long 4 years, through kind of ups and downs, and to end it, on that win, on that big of a stage was almost, surreal to be able to go out like that as a senior. It was amazing.
We're talking with Kenneth Farrow, Houston running back and NFL draft prospect here on DCTF Live. Get involved in the conversation at hashtag DCTF Live. Kenneth, you've seen a lot of change in this Houston program. You were recruited by Kevin Sumlin. You played under you redshirted under Kevin Sumlin. You were there under Tony Levine and now under Tom Herman. For you, what's that been like to see the change in the program from where you started to where it is now?
That was, like you said, having 3 head coaches and, who knows how many coordinators and different running back coaches. It was definitely something that kind of brought the team together a little bit tighter than, you go through at, most programs when you only have one coach. It was kind of a deal where the players had to really get together and stick together and, be together throughout all that change. But to see it go from, like I said, my redshirt freshman year being there and having those guys kind of set the bar for us, our whole class coming in, to see us go through the, struggles the next couple of years and to end with Coach Herman coming in and doing the terrific job he did. It was, like you said, a lot of ups and downs and a lot of changes, but it's definitely about as high as you can get right now, and it's going nowhere but up.
Yeah, nobody would accuse you of having a boring college football career. That's for sure. I want to ask you to kind of, this is the time where everybody's kind of poking and prodding and watching film on you and everything. But I want to hear from you yourself. I want you to self-assess. For you, as a running back, what would you say are your strengths, and what are the things that you're trying to work on heading into the NFL draft?
I think my strength is just being able to be one of those every down backs that can do it all, as far as the pass blocking goes and the catching out of the backfield. And I think a lot of the part of that has to do with the kind of the offense I was able to run in college throughout my years at Houston, being in that spread offense. Being able to get out on some routes early in my career was really good for me. And so being able to go through all that, through all those different offenses and stuff like that, kind of, put me in a good situation to work on, every kind of facet of the game. And then, I think everybody has something to work on all the time, working out here in Houston. I've been working out with, guys like Andre Johnson and Adrian Peterson, and, there's never nothing you can't work on. So I think what everybody needs to work on, just the explosiveness and the quickness in and out of cuts and things like that. So, that's something, I take on, about every day and try to incorporate that in something that I do.
When you're talking to these NFL teams and they're asking you questions, what's your message to them? What are you trying to convey to them when you're sitting down and talking with these teams?
I think bottom line is I'm a football player. At the end of the day, if I got to go run down on kickoff, or run down on punt, or block on punt return, or whatever the case may be, I love being out on the field, no matter what it is, whether the ball's in my hand or it's not in my hand. It's something I've been blessed to do for almost 18 years of my life, just go out there and run around on the field and play football. So whatever the case may be is something I take pride in. I take pride in, getting the job done and doing the job very well. So I think that's my biggest. I think that's my biggest, kind of positive for me is, I can go out there and I can do, whatever it takes in the game of football. So, and that's something I know is kind of big, especially coming in as a rookie and things like that, being able to make plays and contribute on special teams. Something I got the chance to do for, majority of all my 4 years at Houston. So I think that really helped me a lot as well.
We're talking to Houston running back Kenneth Farrow here on DCTF Live. Get involved in the conversation at hashtag DCTF Live. Kenneth, I want to ask you about Tom Herman, a guy who's obviously been talked about a lot across the nation, what he did at Houston, what he did before that at Ohio State. For you, as a guy who spent a year up close and personal with Tom Herman, what is it that you would say sets him apart?
Man, he's a guy that comes in and, he's kind of an old school guy, a hard-nosed guy, but I think more than anything, he's great at, kind of empowering everybody around him. And he says the idea, or he has the idea, and he does a great job at, he kind of talks about it a lot. Not so much as to the older guys and the team captains we had on the team, just because we all kind of had that makeup of, whatever needs to be done, we'll do it. We won't ask questions, but kind of explaining to those younger guys, like, look, this is how it's going to go, this is why, and, these are the results. And he comes in, he put his foot down, and he, most of all, he has respect from everybody in the room. And like I said, man, he came in and he did a terrific job. And his whole staff, really, from the strength staff to the running back coaches to the special teams coach, I mean, they were all aligned, and we all had one common vision, and he does a great job of keeping everybody on that same path, same course.
And now I got to ask you the toughest question of all. You grew up a Cowboys fan. Let's say that April 28th, April 29th, April 30th rolls around. You get a call from your agent, and they say, hey, or you get a call from your phone rings, and the answer, it picks up the phone, and it's the Philadelphia Eagles. What is your reaction going to be like if they say, hey, are you happy to be a Philadelphia Eagle?
More than happy. More than happy. No complaint.
Yeah, that's I imagine. I imagine at that point, although I imagine deep down inside you'll be like, oh man,
You're gonna hear it.
I imagine you'd hear it most from your friends.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He is Kenneth Farrow. He is available to be drafted NFL teams. If you're listening, by all means, we saw him plenty in his 5 years at Houston, and we can tell you you're getting a steal there. Kenneth Farrow, thank you so much for joining us, man.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.